pretty good at that as well. So
before I let you go, bro, give me a top 3 pound for pound, bro.
ooh, man.
There's no wrong answers, man.
No, there ain't no wrong answers, but let me see. I'm gonna have to say Canelo. I hope Plant gets him because he's from the Ville. But big fan. I'm a big fan of Spence right now, Crawford, but Fury, of course, he's good as well. So that's who I would have.
That's a hell of a top 3. That what's gonna happen, bro? Fury Wilder 3, man. What's gonna happen?
Man, it's hard to say if Wilder's improved his skills, and not just rely on that big right hand and actually box. It might be a problem for Fury, but I'm gonna have to, go with Fury for now. But I hope Wilder can pull it out.
What about okay? What about you seen Bud and Sean Porter sign that fight? What you got there?
Yeah, that's a nasty one, man. Crawford, I just feel like is on a whole other level, but Porter's no pushover, man. Porter
At all.
Yeah, liable to catch him. I mean, because Crawford's been dropped a few times, right? Like he's been knocked down. So
yeah.
Porter keep coming at him, man. Like when he fought Spence, man, he nonstop kept coming at him. So, and it really caused problems for Spence. But
and what else we got? We got what you think about Tio Cambosos? They finally finna make this fight. You got a favorite in that one or what? Teofimo Lopez versus George Cambosa. That's the next Triller fight.
I didn't even hear about that one.
Yeah, it's supposed to have been happening for like a year and a half, and it kept getting pushed off. But they finally doing it. I think this is Tio's first defense after beating Loma. Yeah. Hey man, George Cambosa, he could fight, man, and his his manager is is my welterweights manager. They from the same management stable. So I've been paying attention to him for the last maybe 2 years, man. That kid could fight. The only thing I'm leery about, and he's out of Australia, but I think he trains here in Florida.
Okay.
And I'm a Teal fan, right? I'm a Teofimo fan. So yeah. So I'm looking at it. I'm rooting for the George kid because it's the same squad basically. But then I'm a Teofimo fan, and I said the one thing that keeps getting stuck in back of my head is I don't think George can hit hard enough. I don't think he has enough power to keep Tio at bay. You know what I'm saying? I think, and if that's dangerous, man, because that Teofimo, bro, he tries to knock you out with every punch. He's trying to knock you out. So maybe George been working with something up his sleeve that I don't know. Maybe he definitely is a confident guy. He definitely can box backwards, forwards. He can fight. He's a fighting man. But I'm gonna love to see how that fight turns out. I don't think Wilder has a snowball chance in hell winning the fight. Outside of what you said, just boom, just that big one out of nowhere. But and man, I think Bud Crawford is he's such a great fighter, man. That he I think he's like 34, 35 years old now though. And it's like, man, he's getting towards, the back nine, and he's such a sharpshooter. He's such a dynamic puncher, a little guy, but he'll put you to sleep. Where like
that weight come up is gonna affect him any, or
I'm waiting for that to happen. I'm waiting for him, and Sean Porter is the type of guy that makes that happen because he comes forward. He fights like a football player. He fights like a linebacker, and he's gonna stay on your ass. He ain't gonna not come. He's coming. And so does Bud get old that night trying to fight him off of him, or does he catch him? I'm leaning towards, and I know Sean don't get knocked out, but I'm leaning towards that accurate puncher. I'm midway. I think he's gonna catch Sean coming in. I think Sean's gonna be coming in and Buzz gonna be able to catch him, clip him with something. But hey, you
He
know,
only got knocked down once against Spence, but like,
yeah.
man,
In fact, that saved Spence. To me,
yeah,
that won Spence that fight because prior to that, I had Sean winning through attrition, just coming forward. Like I said, just overwhelming Spence, and that was the first time Earl showed me hard-headedness. In other words, he showed intelligence prior to that. Like he would always, if there was adjustments to be made, he'd make them. And it seemed to me, I'm not there, but it seemed to me he was fighting hard-headed. Like he told everybody, I'm gonna just beat Sean up.
right.
And so he wouldn't stop there. He just kept on trying to beat him up, and you couldn't. He couldn't beat him up till he walked into something, you know. Yeah, man. But yeah, that's how I see those things, man.
One thing you giving the hometown guy from Nashville playing a chance against Canelo?
Zero, bro. Zero, bro. Listen. They some Caleb Plant fans that I deal with, friends of mine and social media supporters and all that stuff that love that guy.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying he can't fight. I'm not saying this and that. I'm not saying none of that. Canelo Alvarez is a special fighter, man. And to be honest with you, I really thought Caleb
made him even better. I think when he lost to Floyd, made him even better.
Oh yeah, leaps and bounds.
Yeah.
He's learned from that fight. He's learned from that first Triple G fight. He's learned from all those, you know, that's a dangerous man, bro. Who could have them setbacks and say, okay, I got to be better than that. I got to work on this and work on that. He's just a dynamic fighter, man. And when he quit trying to have to cut weight and worried about you know, having the gas and shit to get through, I think that really changed the game. Now, he'll get beat, bro. They all do. He'll get beat because he's messing with these big guys, right? He's such a little guy, bro. He's 5'7", man. He's fighting light heavyweights and shit, bro. Caleb Plant, how big is Caleb Plant? That's a big boy, right?
Yeah. When I sparred him back in the day before he moved to Vegas, yeah, he was 6'1", maybe.
Yeah, he's a big kid, man. So it's gonna happen. One of these big dudes, he's gonna outsize himself. That's why we got weight classes, right? So and Canelo will have a night off and somebody will beat him up. It just happens. It's boxing. But right now, I think Canelo Alvarez is in his prime. This is it right here. This is it. And I was really from a trainer's perspective, I really thought Caleb and his squad fucked this off, man. And I was like, what are y'all doing, bro? What are y'all doing? This is it. When it seemed like that fight was he tried to get another guy and they said the fight was off. You remember that?
Yeah.
I was like, how can Caleb play? Not Caleb, I don't know him. And I'm certain as a fighter, he had to be like, dude, give me them $10 million, bro. Come on, man. This is what we doing it for. We
got to do this one.
Right. And then when they was like, nah, his fight's off, I'm like, dude, you trained your whole life for this. This is that opportunity. Now, win, and it don't stop, right? But
limit at that point.
Right, but this here is what you do it for. I mean, what's the biggest purse that kid had? It had to be, I mean, I know Al takes care of his guys on the backside and shit, but his biggest purse, has he made $1 million purse-wise?
Yeah, I couldn't tell you that. No.
Right. I don't, who against who? What I'm saying is he ain't the draw and ain't fought nobody that's a draw to warrant that kind of money, though I'm sure he's got a couple $1 million because I know, like I said, I know Al and them takes care of them boys, but $10 million, bro. You take the fucking fight, man. You take the fight. And I'm glad they salvaged it. I'm glad they salvaged the fight. He seemed to bring in Andre Ward. I think he's one of the most gifted boxers. Yeah. He got to help you just by accident, just by trading war stories. He's got to help you, but Yeah, it's not that I'm rooting against him as much as I'm saying it's two different. You asked me what I thought. Two different levels of fighter, man. Two different levels of fighter. And I don't even know if Caleb, I don't know where he's at. I don't know if he's in his prime. This is it. This is what you get. Is he still getting better? I don't know. I just know that.
I just hope he do it for the Ville, though. Maybe
That's your hometown guy, bro. I get it, man. But he's got a hell of a job to do, and as long as he's prepared and fight his heart out, man. Because I think at some point he's gonna have to sit down and fight. Oh, yeah, it ain't gonna be no running and none of that shit, bro. He's gonna have to sit down and fight at some point in this fight, and we'll see, man. I'm gonna watch.